Hi class, welcome to VCP 218, Introduction to 3D Modeling and Animation, I think it's called. I'm John Cohn. I'm going to be your professor in this course. What I wanted to do was send out this video. I'll probably also post it in Blackboard or on my website as well, but I'm going to email it to you guys just to kind of let you know how we're going to proceed, okay? I know for me personally, I don't have a lot of experience with online teaching. I have basically no experience with taking online courses. So I'm going to do my best. This will be kind of a learning experience for both of us. Maybe some of you already have some experience. I'm assuming most of you would rather not do online courses. I know I personally wouldn't. I would rather us face-to-face, but this is where we are. But what I would say is this. Every obstacle is an opportunity to better ourselves, right? You know, evolution, whether you believe it or not, but evolution only happens because some sort of adversity happens, and then, you know, you have to adapt and change, and it makes you stronger, okay? So let's take this as an opportunity, I guess. That's my words of you know, really pumping us up. Okay, so this is how we're going to go. So right off the bat, the first thing you're going to need to know how to do is just to go into Blackboard, okay? So you're going to open up your favorite web browser. Sometimes I use Chrome, sometimes I use Firefox. I believe Firefox actually works the best, but I'm not sure with Blackboard, believe it or not. So cecil.blackboard.com, that's how you're going to go there. And then I'm just going to log out because I'm already logged in. It's going to look like this, right? So you're just going to log in with your credentials. Log in. And then you're just going to go to courses. And then scroll down. And you can see I only have like, 2 or 3 courses. It's actually kind of it's hard for me to find them because so many. You're going to click on this course, which is the Intro to 3D Modeling and Animation course. And here we have Blackboard. So what I want to do is just kind of go through and show you roughly, what you're doing. All right. Now, I'm assuming all or most, if not all of your courses are probably online this semester, just because obviously things. So, most of them should have the Start Here button. So that's usually where you should start in your course. So whatever the course is, click on Start Here. See if there's anything there. If there's nothing there, then obviously they didn't do it. Everybody's got their own way of doing things, but most sites, that's how they set it up. Anyway, so you can click on Start Here, and then you're just going to go down the line, okay? So right here, you'll see Course Overview, so you can click on that, and it'll say, Welcome to the class. Here's the things that you should be doing in here, and then there's a link that's going to bring you to Week 1, which is the same thing as clicking on here. But before you do that, there's another thing you might want to do, and this is required hardware and software, okay? So we are going to be using Maya almost exclusively. I need to make a video on Maya. On how to install it. So what you're going to want to do is you can see the system requirements here, but you might not be a computer geek, and that might not mean anything to you. More than likely, it's highly unlikely that Maya won't run on your machine. It's just a matter of how well it will run, okay? So what you want to do is you click on this link here, and this, actually, I'll just do it here. You click on it there. It's going to bring you to the education section of the Autodesk website. So as a student, you are actually allowed to download Maya, the full version, for free, which is pretty awesome. Actually, you can download any Autodesk software, which is Autodesk is actually bigger than Adobe because everybody knows Photoshop, but Autodesk, they have an even larger list of tools, and their tools are expensive. So anyways, you can go on here, and then you can kind of download what you want. What you're going to need to do, though, is get started. So you're going to click on that. You're going to need to create an account, basically. So I'm going to sign in. So if you're doing new to Autodesk, you're going to want to create an account. That might be the best way. Let me see. See, I already have an account because as an educator, I also get that. So probably the best way to do it is not even to do that. Just go, if you scroll down, you'll see Maya. And just click on Get Started. Okay, and then you'll probably have to create an account here. And then you're going to create an account. I'm just going to sign in just so you guys can see it. Hopefully these are the right auto expires. Really? Alright, I'm going to pause the video and do this stupid thing. Alright, so then it says, hi John, our educational access to auto is valid through blah, blah, blah. So basically you get it for a year. Well, they give it to you for basically the school year, we'll say. So anyways, you're going to go down here, and then you're just going to look for Maya, right? You click on Get Product, and then, oh, they changed it a bit. Okay, then you're just going to click on Install, and then you can just install Maya. Okay, so we're going to need Maya in the class. That's going to be our primary application. It's sort of our be-all, get-all of our software. So you need to make sure you install that. Try to open it up, make sure everything's working. I mean, just that it opens up. If it opens up, then it's working. Like I said, it should work. There shouldn't be any issues. I don't know if I have 2020. Let's go, yeah, so I might need to install that myself. Anyway, so I think I have 2019 right now. So anyways, you're going to want to do that. So download that, get that installed so that you're ready to go on Monday. If you're watching it on Sunday or Monday today, I don't know, but so you're ready to do the work. Another thing, we're not going to need this right away, but if you want to do this, you can as well. Being a VCP student, they actually made it so that you get Creative Cloud for free through your student email address. So if you follow these directions here, you can then download software, the Adobe Creative Suite. So that includes Photoshop, Illustrator, all that other business. We may use Photoshop, and yeah, you know what? I would go ahead. So what I want you to install is Photoshop and After Effects. Those are the two programs we're going to need in this course. Because we'll use After Effects at the end to actually make our video. So you're going to want to do this as well. But you don't need to do this right away. We're not going to do this for a little bit. But if you want to just get it done so it's installed, that's fine. If you do already have an Adobe subscription, I wouldn't cancel that because there's usually you get penalized, like, through money. And I don't know how this conflicts or anything like that, so I would just keep that subscription if you have one. This is only going to be valid, I think, through the semester. I don't know if they're going to do it next semester, so, if you have it, just keep what you got. Even if you don't have After Effects, if you just have Photoshop, just keep that one. We'll figure something else out for you. But if you don't have any of those, go ahead and just follow this and install the Creative Cloud as well, okay? So, that's that. And now what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to go to week 1 yet, even though that's where it would direct you. I'm just going to show you kind of the other things that are in here, even though I just clicked on week 1. I'm going to show you the other things that are in here, okay? So, some things. You get your grades here. That's useful. But faculty information. So all of your classes, whether they were in person or online, this is always supposed to be filled. So even before, your professor was supposed to fill this out. Some of the adjuncts probably don't because, they aren't yelled at all the time like we are, but not really. So anyway, if you need to contact your professor, this is the easiest way. So you can see there's my email address. There's my work phone. Don't bother. For one, I would never answered it before, but also I'm not there in case you didn't notice. So that's not going to do you any good. You can leave a voicemail, if you want to leave me angry messages, so when I finally get back to campus, you can do that. But otherwise, don't bother. Also, my office is null and void. That's also not obviously applicable. But what I did do is I made a extra phone number for myself, and that is this one right here. So if you get stuck, something, whatever, things are going on, you're like, oh, I'm getting really frustrated. Obviously, email me if it's not like whatever, but I don't have a problem. If you want to call me, actually don't call me because that's weird. It's 2020. If you want to text me, like, hey, I'm having an issue, blah, 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 just text me with this number. And I'm available pretty much all day. I don't have a life. I don't really go outside. You can tell I'm pretty pale. And I don't have any friends. So this will make me feel like it's like someone cares. So just go ahead and contact me on that, all right? Or email, either way, whatever you feel more comfortable with. And then I will try to either I'll call you back or we'll figure out something, some way to, maybe I can just respond and give you a quick answer about something, right? If it's just a quick, like, oh, is this due today? And I'm like, yes, it is. Okay, so that's there. These are the hours that I'm kind of setting aside as my office hours, which means that I should be more readily available. I should be sitting on my computer, although I always am, during these hours. Okay, so just those are particularly, if you want to contact me in those are the best times. Okay, but honestly, any time is fine. And then I have a personal website, which I'm going to show you in a little bit, which is right there. This is just a picture of me. You get the idea, right? It's Cone. Okay, so it's a really good name, Cone, for a last name for a 3D animation teacher. It's the most worthless primitive of 3D primitives. Like a cube would be even better, but I'll take Cone. It's not terrible. It's a terrible name in and of itself, but it's actually useful now. Anyway, so that's the contact information. There's also this virtual meeting area. So basically, if you might have used this last semester if you were here, but it's Collaborate, and it's basically it's Zoom built into Blackboard. So, for instance, if you do text me, hey, I'm really stuck, I'll be like, hey, go to the virtual meeting room. You're just going to click on this, and then I will create a session, and then we'll just do our business here. And this way I can see your computer screen, you can see my computer screen, we can see each other. You know, creates a virtual classroom, basically, is the idea. So we have lots of tools available to try and make this work. I haven't actually used this version of Collaborate because it's ultra, but the other one worked fine. It was pretty quick and easy, so this should probably be fine too. Okay, so there might be a little bit of headaches, but this should work. And then there's my email. So you can just click on this, you can email me through this, right? So that's another way of doing it. That's how I'm going to email you guys. Probably how I'm going to send this video that you're watching right now, or hopefully watching. Then there's discussion board. I'll come back to that one. Announcements are what the name suggests. It's just announcements. So I might now and then be like, you guys are terrible. No one's handed in assignments. That's probably mostly what my announcements are going to be. It's just trying to shame you into submitting your work. So but you know, anything's new or interesting, I'll post on there. Okay, so that's what announcements are. I think that's also the landing page. Like when you first open up the class, I think announcements is the very first thing that you see. I might actually make this video an announcement, so we'll see. And then I have assignments and discussions, and those are the two things that are going to be graded. I'll show you those in a second. So the way that you should follow this course, every week what's going to happen is that at midnight on Monday, I will have the week's material posted. Meaning right now, this is actually already there because I just put it on now, but week 2, so right now there's week 1. Week 2, there'll be another thing here that says week 2. That will be posted at midnight on the 30th, I think. No, not the 30th. The 31st, okay? I think that's 7, should be 8 days from now. I don't know. But it'll be posted on that Monday, like in a week, okay? And then the week after, I'll post week 3, week 4. You get the idea. It's going to go right down the line, okay? What'll happen is I'm going to give you that material on Monday, and then you have that week, basically, until the next week to get it done. So you're going to look at this week 1. So you'll click on week 1 or week 2 or whatever week it is, and you're going to start at the top and just work your way down. And just basically just go right down the line, and you have 1 week to basically complete whatever it is I put in here. And that's the lump sum of it, okay? So, week 1. Introduction. I'm just going to do it here so you get the idea. So you're going to go, oh, yes, very nice. Basically, it just says, welcome to class. This is what you should be able to do by the end of this week's class. And this is what you're going to be doing in this week's class. All right? I'm just going to click back on week 1 over here. And then you'll see lecture. So you'll click on that. That's going to go directly to my website. So I use a website for the lecture. So obviously if we were in a normal classroom, right, I would have well, I don't, but a lot of professors, they have PowerPoints, right? And then normally I would be doing demonstrations in front of you, you know, and we'd be doing them together. So instead what I do is I basically put all my notes on this website, as well as embed videos and materials, like things that you can download, all sorts of stuff. It's very flexible, right? It takes me a long time, though, because I got to make everything. Like I make these little banners and, you know, the drawings and stuff just to spice it up. So anyway, you're gonna click on that lecture. It's always gonna bring you to my website, and then you're just gonna go right down the line. You're just gonna scrub through and just basically do whatever it tells you to do. So it's like class introduction. Oh wow, look at this. Yeah, that's great. Here's you know, oh, this is the stuff that we're doing. You know, and then you can see, oh yeah, this is a slideshow. That sure is sliding. Okay, you can see. Go right down the line. That's great. Maya, right here obviously is a link also to Maya, so you can click on that and that will send you to Maya. You know, these expand. I try to make it as like interactive as possible, so it's somewhat interesting. But here's the description of the interface. I didn't make the video yet. I did make the video, I just haven't embedded it yet. I'm going to have the introduction to Maya's interface, which is what I would do in class. And then the bottom thing here is the assignment, right? So you're just going to be like, okay, week 1 primitive animation render lab. And so what that's going to be is basically the lab is what we would have done in class, more or less. So we would have made this little crummy little render of an animal in class. But you're going to do it as an assignment. So you'll do that as an assignment. You'll be great on the following. And you're always going to see there's going to be 4 categories, right? So each one of these is 1/4 of the grade, so 25%. So you got to do these things, right? But for the labs, you're just following me anyway. So literally just do what I do, and you should get an easy grade. It should be like an easy A, all of these, okay? So you can see there's the assignment, and then it says you can watch the video tutorials below, which currently are these. I like Jim Gaffigan, he's funny. I'll have the videos on how to do them here. Again, I have them. I just want to make them all in order, so I didn't post it yet. Assignment video tutorials, and then I also added this resource as Ghost It. So I'll show you right now real quick. So basically, you can click on this link, and oh man, it brought me to the site. You're going to go here, and then you can just click on this to download it. And it's going to download a zip file. And that zip file looks like this. Looks like this thing here. Just right click. Come on. Extract all. And then boom, boom, boom. And it's going to tell me I already have it because I've already done this a couple times. Skip. I don't really care. Yay. And it will pop open, and you will see. It's not something you install. You just click on it, and it runs. But basically, you double click on this Ghosted. You don't have to use this. This is just some. Oh, sorry, running. You double click on it, and then this is just like it might be helpful to you. So the reason why I'm suggesting this application is this. I am assuming you probably only have one monitor, right? So you need to be able to watch a video of me doing whatever and then do it on your computer. Well, if you only have one screen, I mean, you can snap half screens, but quite honestly, when you're doing 3D, you kind of need the whole screen. So if you have like a big tablet, I would just put it on the tablet and have that like a second monitor that you're following. As long as your eyes are good enough, I would do that. I don't think you're going to be able to watch it on a phone. I think that's just going to be too small. If you have multiple monitors, that's the best case scenario. I actually have 3, not the Flex. One of them's a TV. The quality's kind of junky. It's just my watching Netflix while I work TV after I was just complaining. Anyway, but I have 3, so I put stuff on the side and I can work over here, and you know what I mean? And even now, like I keep notes and things over on this side to keep me on track, although it doesn't look like it. But so if you have double monitors, that's even better, so do that. But if you don't, what this allows you to do basically is it allows you to make a window transparent. So I'm going to show you how that works. So let's okay. So let's say I'm on my website here, and oops, I just want regular. I don't need to log in. I got my website over here, and we are in the Intro to 3D class, and I want to have this. Imagine you put the YouTube video behind your screen, right? So this is a YouTube video. What you do is that after you double click on that, you're going to see you have this little ghost man. Look at the ghost man. So what you do is you can double click on it, and then you'll see your cursor will turn to a little ghost guy. See it? And you click on a window, and then you're going to see it's going to get transparent. And what that does is this. Now, let's say I'm in this. If I have this on, you can see this, even though this window's behind it, it makes it see through it. Right? It's actually behind, it's actually right here. It's actually not even, can I get to it? Where are you at? This one. So I can grab it here, but it's actually transparent behind it. So you can put the video there. This might be a little bit too, I can't see my stuff. But you can put that there, and that way, like, you can put the video, like, in the corner maybe, or someplace where you're not using a lot of stuff, like you're not using the space. You can put that behind and then have that running or whatever, reference images or whatever you're doing. You can put that behind. I find it kind of useful. I used it for reference images. Like, if I'm modeling, like, an animal, I'll put pictures of the animal behind my screen. Now I have multiple monitors, but that's... Or you can just put Netflix back there while you're working. You can control it as well, so... If you right-click over top of this thing, you can see you can unghost all. That'll just turn everything back off like it normally was. Or you can unghost a specific window, or you can see configure. And basically, that allows you to control the transparency. So, like, if I make this much lower, you see now it's 6%. See how it's barely visible? So you can kind of control it that way too. So that might be helpful. You don't have to use it at all. I'm just throwing that in there because I thought maybe it might be helpful. I'm just trying to make things as easy and useful for you guys possible. Obviously, this is PC specific, so I'm just going to unghost everything. Unghost all. This is PC specific, so I'm sure there's some Mac, and there might be a better, newer PC version. So if you guys like know another app or something, you got any neat tips and tricks, I will take that all day long. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so you can see these are the resources. So it says, oh, you got the video tutorials, but if it's like a lab and I'm giving you pictures, you'll see that those will also be in there. It'll be like, oh, here's like images you need to do the assignment. And then I'll have the actual lab tutorial videos, and then this is just like the last thing before you go kind of thing. Okay. Now there's one other thing I do kind of want to mention while I'm still on my website, although it doesn't actually really matter, but you're going to see basically what we're going to do is there's going to be 3 things that are going to be graded. Trace. Okay. There's labs, projects, and discussion boards. So labs are going to be due every week, and it's basically the stuff I would have done in class. Okay, so every week that's going to be due, and you get 1 week to do it, and then you submit it. All right, that's the lab. Okay, so every week you're going to have to do that, which stinks, but that's how life works. The other one are the projects. So the projects basically are the same thing the labs are, but it's you doing your own version of it. And instead of it being doing every week, there's just 3 of them. So basically, it's almost like, you know, like we did let's say 6 labs, right? And by the end of the 6 labs, the stuff we would have done in class, we have made a character. Well, the project is going to be to make a character, but it's going to make your character, and you can make it whatever you want to be. It allows you to be creative, and it reinforces the idea. But it's only going to be due at the end of the semester. So you can submit it whenever you want. I don't really care. As long as you give it to me by the end, I need the model. The character is going to be one of the projects, the environment, and then the final animated film that we're going to make. Okay? Those are the 3 projects. So that's what the projects are. They're basically kind of like the labs, but they're meant for you to be doing outside of class, if that makes sense. So it allows you to be more creative and do interesting things. The labs are, you've got to follow what I do, like to the T, and then you submit it. It's just you basically doing what I do, all right? The discussion boards are basically, there's going to be 4 of them. There's the introduction one that you have to do just for the first class, because it's an online class. I know it's lame, but I just want you to do an introduction board so that you have an introduction, so we all know each other. And then basically every time you finish one of the projects, you're going to post it onto Blackboard and for people to critique. And then once you post yours, you will reply to at least 2 other people's stuff. Like, just write something constructive, something nice and something mean, basically. Like, oh, I thought the anatomy on this model is really nice. Your haircut looks terrible. Whatever. Just sandwich it, okay? As you can see, my haircut looks great. So that's what the discussion boards are going to be. Okay, so that's basically a lump sum of it. And you can see this is how they're valued. So labs are 50%, projects 40%, discussion boards are 10%, which is basically like participation. It's your participation sticker or trophy or whatever. Okay, so each week what you're going to do is you're going to click on introduction, then you'll click on the lecture, which is just going to be a link to my website, that week's page. Then after that, you can see there's an introductions discussion board. So you'll click on that. It's going to bring you right to which is the same thing as bringing you here. And then you'll just go ahead, create a thread. Right? And then you'll say, be like, hi, I am John Cohn. And then just answer the questions that I asked or whatever. Okay? Or whatever the introduction says to do. And then you'll just submit, and then just respond to 2 other people's. Okay? Let's go back to week 1. So you'll do that. Then after that, you can see it's the primitive animal lab, which you already saw on the other thing. And click on that guy, and you can see it here. Any resources that you need for it are here. So it just says watch the video tutorials at the bottom of the webpage. That will be there. And to submit it, you're just going to complete it. I have a video tutorial on how to submit this and everything, but you're just going to drop it in here and submit it. Okay? And I'm just going to go back to week 1. And then you'll see a checklist. And basically what I'm going to do for each week, just to make sure that everything's all hunky-dory, is I'm just going to go ahead and just have like basically a list of the things that you should have done this week. And then if you've done these things, then you are, muy bueno, okay? So just explore the course on Blackboard. So look at Blackboard stuff. Visit the website page, right? And review the materials. Complete, submit week 1, and post an introduction to the introduction discussion board. Boop. And that's it. And that's what you're going to do for the week, okay? Yeah, so that's that. And let me see. I made a list of things to make sure I covered everything that I need to cover. Yeah, so that's basically it. If you have any questions, like again, I gave you that number, just text me, you can email me, whatever it is. Also, I might make mistakes. I don't really have a lot of experience with this online teaching thing, so if you see like, oh, you said you posted something and it's not actually posted, or this link doesn't work, or there's this actually is very likely, like the assignment says it's this, but it's actually like the digital imaging assignment, because a lot of what I do is copy from one and then reformat my courses. So it's possible it might be like completely way off. Even if it's something like it's a spelling error, even that, I would rather fix it so I don't, look like a big dummy. If there's anything like that you can, feel free, let me know. I'm here to help you. Okay. Other than that, let's do this thing, guys.